what's good YouTube? My name is Amaya and welcome back to another bomb YouTube video.
Under you I can lose when I'm with you. How can I know you miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody like you do.
So today's video is going to be, why do I always say that? Like, it's so weird, I don't know. But in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys 10 freshman advice, like 10 freshman tips and advice. This can go corresponding with either if you're just becoming a freshman in high school or a freshman in college. I did write down some tips for you guys. I did give out like 10 little tips. They're all in my notes, but we're just gonna go through these. I'm not gonna go in a particular order. We're just gonna go based off what I have on my list. But right now we're just gonna go through the tips. So first thing I'm gonna be talking about is relationships in college. My first tip is don't be in a rush to get inside of a relationship in college, because to be honest, being in a relationship like freshman, like your first year, isn't a good thing in my opinion, because you need to focus on your grades mainly, because like freshman year is like one of your peak years, is one of the years that like will put, I feel like it'll put you in like a borderline thingy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It like shows what you're capable of, I guess, in a sort of way. But don't be in a rush to get in a relationship. But if you do say like if you do decide that you do want to be in a relationship, always take it slow. Don't feel peer pressured into anything. Don't, if you don't feel comfortable, don't force your way. Like, don't force yourself to like feel comfortable, but also try to be out there. Not like out there in a relationship, but like out there in general, like personality wise. Don't be in a rush to have sex, because the last thing you need is to like have an accident and get pregnant if you're a girl, or if you're a guy, get a girl pregnant, and then now you got a baby on the way. And you don't want to, if you're a girl, you don't want to be in the situation where you have to decide on if you either want to keep the baby and be in college and be under hella stress, or you get an abortion and you have to live with the things that you did throughout college. But that is something to think about in relationships. Personally, I didn't get into a relationship my freshman year, like first semester, but I did get into a relationship my second semester, closer to the end of the year. Like, it was like literally a week or two before the year, like my last semester ended, that I decided that I wanted to get into a relationship. The second tip is, how do you keep and make friends? I'm gonna be honest, I low-key thought I wasn't gonna make friends my freshman year, only because I know how shy I am, and like me talking to teachers is enough to like cause me like stress, because like I'm not the type of person to like, oh, raise my hand if I know the answer. Like, if I know the answer, I'm gonna know the answer, and only me know the answer. Like, if anybody else knows the answer, they can share it. Like, I'm not that type of person to raise my hand. But making friends was kind of easy for me, because when I was in college, I lived in a dorm. So my roommate, I was like, me and my roommate, we were talking like over text. So about time I moved in, we were like really, like, we were close, but we weren't close enough. So that, and she had friends. Like, I literally had just moved there, and like I didn't make friends, but she had already made a friend. So I would hang out with her and the friend that she made in one of her like classes things, and we all would just like hang out together. So like it was just like a mutual thing with me in college. And then in high school, making friends, this is really funny. When I first moved to the state, my freshman year, I was in this program called Avid, and it's like a prepare you for college type course. It was the best thing. I used to hate that class, but low-key, now that I think back on it, it was low-key one of the best decisions that my mom has ever made for me when it comes to my education. But going on the topic of how to keep friends, don't even stress yourself about it. Like, friends are gonna come and go regardless of what grade you're in, how old you are. It doesn't really matter. But high school, I'm still friends with all of my high school friends because we were all in like a group. Like, we hung out every day at lunch, every day after school, unless like one of us had like work or something. But like, those friends, I am like ride or die for. Like, we all still hang out. We just have to like make sure like all our schedules match. Like, if we all want to hang out, we all have to request that day off at work. So high school friends, I feel like I've made more high school friends than I did in college. Yeah, it's okay to lose friends because sometimes that's a way of God telling you that these people aren't meant to be in your life, at least not at that moment. They weren't ready to be in your life, or they weren't supposed to be. So it's fine to let them go. It's no hard feelings unless y'all leave on like a bad note. Low-key, we all left on a bad note, so that's why I only talked to 2 of the people. But like I said, it is okay, but don't take it personal if something does happen and like y'all don't talk no more, because like it's a whatever situation. It's like, I made friends with you, we were cool one minute and then we weren't the next. Like, there's nothing you can do about it at that point. But I'm gonna go on to what to expect in high school and in college. So in college, some of the things that you wouldn't expect to happen in college is gonna happen in college. So expect there to be a crap load of parties, like a crap total. Like, literally my first week of school there was like 3 parties. Granted, I didn't go because like I didn't know nobody, so I was just like, I'm not gonna go to a party that I don't know. Clearly it's not the same as high school. College, you're gonna get a lot. My college year, I got a lot less homework than I ever did in high school, but like it was like big chunks. Like, it wasn't like, it was like not like a project, but like there was like a good amount of stuff that I needed to do in order to finish the assignment. But in high school, it's just like that assignment and then you're done. But that, and then freshman 15, do expect to do freshman 15 because you're literally just gonna be eating all the food that they give you. Because like I didn't do freshman 15 because like I have a fast metabolism, so whatever weight I did gain, I lost within like a couple days. Like, I rarely gain weight. I'm still stuck at the 95 weight thing. But yeah, another thing to expect in college is that it is easier to miss assignments, because I feel like college students, they feel like we feel like how do I say, because we're in college, we need to like do this, we need to experience this, we need to experience that. But I feel like that's not the case personally, because like college is like our last final year before like we're like fully adults, and I feel like it's needed to pay attention to what we're doing in class. But it is harder. It is easier to miss assignments because you're trying to go to parties, you're trying to hang out with friends, you're trying to do this, you're trying to explore, you're trying to see new things. So it is easier to miss assignments. But I say just keep like track of what you're doing because of the fact that it is easier. Also, another thing with college, it's a lot more reading. Like, a lot more reading. Like, literally, sometimes you would have to do like the first chapter to like the 7th chapter and have to talk about it the next day. Like, you have to pull all-nighters almost always. But other than that, the readings are okay, depending on what your major is. It may be interesting to you, but some of the stuff that I was doing, I wasn't interested in. I ended up changing my major because it wasn't interesting to me enough. So I was just like, I'm not gonna learn something I'm not interested in. And then if it was boring to me, I didn't want to learn it, so my grades would drop. So that's why I also changed my major. So yeah, and also expect to change your major at least twice, maybe 3 times at max. So with that, you might be held back a year because depending on what your original major was, it may take longer for you to complete the new major that you choose. Do expect to change your major, because like not everything is going to be interesting enough in college to the point where you want to like to major in that. So do be prepared to change your major at least once or twice. But yeah, so in high school, some of the things to expect is to have at least one friend in each of your classes. I say try to make at least, you don't have to have one friend in each class, but you are going to be doing group work, so you are going to end up becoming closer to like somebody in the group that you're in, and you form like a bond with them in the class, and now you're just friends. But it is easier to make friends in high school than it is in college, because in college you just want to do it. In high school you want to talk, you want to mingle and stuff. And yeah, like honestly, high school is harder to talk about, but it is course, like it is easier, like hand in hand with college and stuff. So, but another thing about another tip is to always be organized. Like being organized is one of the key things that I say for high school and college, because you don't want to misplace an assignment, you don't want to accidentally turn in another assignment that's for the wrong class, because not then your teacher's gonna be like, yo, like what are you doing? But stay organized. Like if you want, this is how I stay organized. This is like my personal opinion. So I used to use paper when I was in high school. Now I use my tablet to take all my notes. But with that comes the shove. High school, I say get the 5-star like 5 college, the 5, I don't, how do, like what is it, the 5 subject notebook. Yeah, that, get the 5-star 5 subject notebook. If you have more classes, then get another one, but you need to at least, I personally feel you need to have at least one notebook for each class, because you know like which class is for which, and also color coordinate them just so like it makes sense. Like green can be for science, blue can be for math, red is for reading, yellow is for like history or something. But just coordinate it all to your class, just so you know like which class is for which. For college, I feel like it's easier because a lot more college students take notes either on their laptop or a tablet, or some of them use paper in this case. If you're gonna use a tablet, I say get Goodnotes, or you can use, it's either Goodnotes, and I don't remember what the other one is called, but I use Goodnotes. And then there's also a thing called Notability. I heard a lot of YouTubers and content creators, they use this. They said it's good for like organizing each of your classes, or if you're a business or whatever, you just need to be organized. It's easier. And for college students, if we use an iPad, it's easier for us because we'll have like each one of our notebooks in like a file, and we can also color coordinate it in there. So I say color coordinate, keep notebooks, make sure you're taking notes and stuff, because you are gonna need those come time to study. Like, and this is what I'm gonna talk about next, which is studying. So studying is like your key thing to passing all your classes. I'm not saying study 5 hours a day. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I am saying to study at least 1 to 2 hours a day if you have the time. Like, let's just say if you work or something. Like me, I work and I do YouTube and I also go to school. So I have like a full schedule. So if you have the time, do make time, like take time out of your day. Like you come home from school, study before you have to go to work. Like take like 20 minutes to study before you have to get ready and go to work. If you are at work, study on your lunch or something, like while you're eating, like have something playing in the background on your headphones and study like that. But it is key to study at school, because that's your key to passing all your classes, and that's your key to getting good grades and getting like scholarships. And yeah, I don't know if you can get Pell Grant for like getting good grades, but like scholarships is key to getting into college. So make sure you study. Just make sure you study to the point where you're not burning yourself out though, because if you burn yourself out, you're not really learning anything. You're just retaining it. It's just like you're reading a book, kind of. So I say at least study at least 1 hour a day. So the next two that I'm gonna be, no, the next three that I'm gonna be talking about is more towards college students, but this can also be, two of them can also be towards high school, because sometimes in high school this is some things that people will tell you. So the first one is gonna be parties. So in high school, you don't really go to a lot of parties unless your school is holding like a dance or anything. But like low-key, high school parties aren't even that fun because it's high school students and you can't really drink how like college kids do. Because like once you're in college and you hit 21, you can drink. But I'm not saying drink in college. That's not what I'm saying at all. If you are gonna drink, do be careful with it, because last thing you need is to be a girl and you get something put in your drink and now you have a situation. But with parties, do watch, like I did say, do watch your drinks. Do not, if you're gonna put your drink down, put it down, throw it away, don't even take it with you at that point. Like if you're gonna take it with you, make sure you have it. Like don't ask nobody else to hold it, don't give it to nobody else, don't ask a stranger to hold it. Like if you're gonna go to the bathroom, at that point just either chug it or throw it away, because last thing you need is to have them slip something into your drink and something happens to you, or now you're doing things that you wouldn't normally do because now you're under the influence. But in high school parties, it's just like a dance. Like you're there for like an hour. College parties, you're there to like noon to like the next morning, like the next time you gotta go to class, like 8 a.m. But high school is kind of hard to talk about with parties, only because you're in high school. There's nothing really to party about in high school, I guess. But okay, so the next topic is professors slash teachers. Professors is more of a college thing. Teachers is like a high school thing, I guess. But they're low-key the same thing. Try to make friends with your, not friends, but like try to be cordial with your teachers, because once they figure out that you're like nice and like you do all your work, they'll let you do a lot more. Like they'll let you get away with a lot more. So yeah, but with the professors in college, sometimes it is a little harder to get on their good side because it's college. So they expect you to be better than what you were doing in high school. So like try to be helpful but not too helpful, if that makes sense. Like try to help them with things, but also try not to overdo it, because then they can see that you're trying to get on their good side and you're trying to get like one up on them. So just be cautious on who you are friendly with in class, with professor wise. And also if you have like online, like hybrid classes, like online and in-person classes, make sure you're always either on time, and if you're late, tell them ahead of time that you're gonna be late, because they'll really appreciate you telling them that you're late, instead of you just walking into class late like, okay, yeah, I'm late, where's my seat? Like, no, that's not how it is. You need to let them know, keep in contact with your professors. If you have a question, let them know. Email them if you have their personal number. If they give it to you like on the syllabus, contact them and let them know what the issue is, and they'll most likely help you, or they'll ask you to come to like one of their meetings or something. But with that, professors are more easier to, I won't say deal with, but they're more easygoing than high school teachers, I feel. But the next one is dorm life. This one is mainly towards college kids, like freshmen, and honestly people in general, when it comes to like decorating their room. Honestly, I say for dorms, I say make sure you keep your room clean. Your side better be spotless. Like if you're living with me, spotless. Like everything has to be clean. I don't want to see crumbs on the floor. I don't want to see leftover food like out and about. Like that's just disgusting to me. That's just nasty. That brings bugs, that brings roaches, and I don't like bugs. Like I will wake my mom up at 2 o'clock in the morning if I see a scorpion or a roach in this house. Like, I will not kill it unless it's a fly or something. I won't kill it. Like, it freaks me out. They bug me. Like, they like they're just purely disgusting, honestly. So if you are like that, please clean up after yourself, because you don't want to be a burden to your roommate. Like, if she comes in and she sees it and you're not there, then she's the one that has to clean it, because she doesn't also like bugs, or he doesn't like bugs. But tip about dorm life is to always make sure you're expressing yourself. Like, be yourself. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. It's not fun and it's not cool to act like somebody that you're not, because then your roommate is going to see that you're either acting fake or you're trying to copy somebody else, and that's not fun. But with when you like express yourself, just make sure you, like, if you want your room to be all types colors of the damn rainbow, girl, I bet you best have every single color plastered on the wall, desk, drawers, closet. Like, everything better be like the rainbow. Like, I better feel like it's Pride Month in your room, like on your side of the room at least. Like, don't care what other people has to say about the things that you have in your room. Don't let your roommate tell you, like, oh, why do you have this, or it doesn't go along with my theme. Okay, your theme is your thing, my theme is my thing. Like, I don't care. Like, don't be like mean about it when you tell them. Like, if they have an issue with it, just tell them, like, hey, this is my side of the room, you have your side of the room, we chilling. Like, don't try to take it personal if they have like an issue with it, because it's not their issue and it shouldn't be their problem, and it shouldn't bother you that much to the point where it's becoming more than what it is. So next thing is your attendance. Just go to class. Like, college, if you miss a certain amount of days in college, they will drop you from that class. Like, in high school, they won't drop you for the class because you need that class to graduate. But in college, they'll drop you for that class and not care about it. Like, they won't. I don't know if they tell you, because I've never been dropped from a class unless I dropped it myself. But college, they will drop you, and most likely they won't tell you. You just won't see the class no more on your schedule. But just make sure you go, and if you do miss class, always let the teachers know. Like, if it's like for work, let them know, like, hey, I won't be able to make it to class because I was scheduled to work during your class period, but if there's any work, please let me know, blah 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 blah, sincerely, whoever's name. But in high school, the most they'll do is either talk to you, suspend you, or expel you. Those are the only three. Like, I've known people who've gotten suspended and expelled because they missed too many days of school. So high school, it's more of an issue, because once you get expelled, you have to find a new school to go to, do all the work all over again, and it's just a hassle. But with college, you can add another class, but they might do something with like your, like, not grade, but like they might put it in your file that you missed so many days to the point where you got dropped out of a class. So that's an issue with it, comes with attendance. But always make sure you go to class, and if you don't, just let them know, because it's easier to let them know than them thinking that you're just missing school just to be missing school and not wanting to learn at all. But yeah, the last and the final thing that I want to give you guys advice on is your grades. Keep track of your grades, because your grades is another thing that will either make or break your college and high school life. High school grades are important because it's what you need to transfer to college. It determines on what college you go to. If you have a good GPA, like if you have like a 3.0 and above, you get into like some of the best colleges out there. But if you have lower than a 2 point, I say lower than a 2.5, because a 2.5 can still get you into a university, but it may not get you into the university that you want. But college, I also say try to strive. I'm not gonna say strive for A's and B's, because I know sometimes some people can have test anxiety and it could affect how how well their grades can be, but I do say at least strive for a C or better. Because with a C or better, you're gonna get into university. Because I have test anxiety, and I always strive to at least get a C or higher. But with certain classes, I expect myself to be at a B. Like science, I expect me to get a C because I hate science. Like science and English, I've always hated. I did, but with college, you keep track of your own grades. Like your teacher won't tell you like, hey, you're missing assignments, hey, you're missing this, hey, you need to do that. They are not gonna keep up with what your grades are because you're old enough to know what your grades are and how well you're doing in this class or that class. High school, they'll pay attention because they need you to graduate, but college, they won't because you're old enough. The professor will either give out extra credit or they won't. They might tell you if they're giving out extra credit or they won't. Like it's they do it or they won't. It's like hand in hand when it comes to college, bro. High school, you're being held by your hand, but they also let you go like a little bit. They'll let you dip your little toes in the water. But college, they just throw you. They just straight throw you in the pool. It's either you sink or swim. Um, I'm sorry, but like it's like that when it comes to college. If you're gonna work in high school or in college, make sure you have a set schedule where it works with you going to school and you also going to work and also giving yourself time to do homework. Because sometimes, depending on where you work and how busy it can get at your job, you're not going to have time to do your homework on your lunches or breaks because you might not get one. You need to make time to make sure you can get all your homework done and all your extracurriculars done. With college, it's kind of easier if you have hybrid classes because you can do some of the work online and you can go to work throughout the day, and then by mid-afternoon you have time to do anything you want. Like you can do homework, you can go out, you can go eat, you can do this, you can do that, and all of the above. But if you have in-person classes, like let's just say I have an in-person class from 8:30 to 11 and then another class from 1 to 2. I can work 5 to 10 and still have time to do homework and go to sleep by 1 a.m. if I get my homework done. Like if I get my homework done over like earlier, then I'll go to sleep. But if not, I'll either stay up until I get most of it done and I'll just complete the rest in the morning, or I'll get all of it done and then just sleep until I have to wake up for my next class. So it's okay to work when you're in school. Yeah, I think that's everything that I want to tell you guys about college and high school and what to expect, what not to expect, and stuff like that. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's gonna be my first video in my back to school series. I'm literally today, because literally it's 4 in the morning. I film my sit down videos like in the early mornings, so it's literally about to be 5 a.m. But literally today I'm gonna be starting my back to school shopping video, so I'm gonna do all of that today, and then we're gonna do like a haul and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys for getting me to almost 160 subscribers. I can't wait to hit that 200 mark. That's low-key my goal for this month. But also make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can get, and also hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time that I post. And yeah, oh, comment down below what's your what are you most excited for when you either go to high school or college. So yeah, like I said, I'll see you guys in my next video, and yeah.